Hey guys, welcome back to another Preachers Creatures video. And just a couple things before we get into the main part of the video. This past week, I was blessed to be featured in Mad Micas Tuesday Spark feature article. And I'd like to say thank you to them for featuring the work that I've been doing, and I've just enjoyed their products. I'm not paid by them. I'm not sponsored by them. I just saw their products. Adam over at SDG was using some of their products, and I thought, well, I'll give them a try. And just one thing leads to another, and I just kind of fell in love with the products. I like the variety that they give. I feel like they've got so many colors and things that are nothing against any of the colorant manufacturers or anything of that nature. It's just a lot of times they have very similar colors, or maybe there's some colors in between that you would like to have without making, trying to figure out a recipe. But it just simply, I like their products. And I've, started getting a few here and there, and got quite a few that I haven't even tried yet. So most of the ones that I have tried have been in their neon line, and I have tried their the glow powder, the green glow powder. But a lot of these colors, I haven't even cracked the lid on them. And but I like having the access to different colors, different shades of colors, colors that are fairly sparkly, or that, those just different things. And that's what I like about Mad Micas. And that's the reason why, I've started collecting their products. When it comes to their products, what I have done is every week they will put several colors on sale. And so I've just started looking for that, and sometimes they'll have colors that are 15% off, sometimes 25% off. And if it's something I think I can use in my bait making, I'll purchase it and add it to my collection. And that's just a nice way to save a little bit of money. And that's kind of another reason why I've enjoyed their products, is because I feel like I'm getting a good value for my money. You're talking about, for these 1 ounce jars, you're looking at probably, some of them range from like $5 to $7. And that's not an exact figure. But out of that, I can get a lot of value. And so that's why I enjoy their products. It's, I've got other stuff too. I've done a playlist on the Pearl X powders from Hobby Lobby, and I enjoy using those. But I just like having variety. And I think most bait makers like having variety, especially when you can get it at a very economic price. So that being said, I was looking through my collection and thought, well, what strikes my eye, what interests me that might interest you. And I came across this color called Luna. Now, what caught my eye is Luna is, of course, you probably figure based on the name, it's a gray powder, like what you would think moon dust or something would be. But I noticed that there was almost a blue highlight on the inside of the jar. And so that kind of piqued my interest. I thought, I'm going to see what that is. And I thought you might enjoy coming along on the journey today. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to feature this color from Mad Micas called Luna. And we'll get the camera repositioned. We'll get our plastisol heated up. and we'll bring you back around for the ride. All right. See you on the flip side. All right, I think we got our plastisol up to temperature, and again, we're going to be using this Mad Micas Luna, and I don't know if you can see, I think you can, that blue highlight look to it. So it's a gray powder with a blue highlight, and it's interesting look in the cup there. And so really the test on this is to see what does it look like, and then we can determine what we can use it for. You might be able to hear my dog upstairs. We got a little mini schnauzer named Bella, and it sounds like she has seen a squirrel. So anyway, all right, so Luna. Yeah, let's start out with a 1/32 or a smidgen, and we'll make that even. See what that gives us there. Now, you'll notice that I am not using, I haven't made this liquid. A lot, you've seen me do the video. If you haven't, go check it out. It's a great informational video. But I'm not, I'm putting the powder straight in the plastisol. And, oh yeah, it's got a blue highlight to it. Yep. So the reason I'm not doing the liquid first, using worm oil and mixing it all in there, is because it's really the neon powders that are the ones that are seem to be more difficult to mix in. I'm going to try this without it, and hopefully it will mix in. So far it looks like it is. And as you can see on the overhead camera, it looks to me like the highlight really stands out. I mean, the plastisol took a little bit of a, it's colored a little bit, but the blue highlight is what has really popped out. I think we need to go ahead and do another 1/32. So this will be 1/16 total. It looks like the powder has mixed in pretty smooth. And so I don't think that's going to be an issue. But it does seem to be a gray. Just turn the plastisol gray with a blue highlight. And the highlight seems to be pretty strong, which I'm surprised. So 1/16. See if we can get you a view in the cup there. All right, so let's pop a temperature on this. We might be able to go ahead and shoot it. It's down to 306. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to warm it up because we're going to be shooting with a cold mold and a cold injector. So pop it for 30 seconds. That's interesting. I figured we'd get more out of the gray than the blue highlight, but doesn't seem to be the case. All right, we're going to be shooting the 2.8-inch riprap. We're going to be using our Anglin AI injector, and we're going to just pop one of these, well, maybe two, just in case one don't fill out properly, which can be an issue when you're shooting with cold molds, cold injectors. So could this end up being a little bit of a twist on monkey milk? I don't know. We're going to find out. Well, I haven't put any flake in it, so this is just the color. Okay. Good little draw. Safety. Okay. Here we go. 2.8 inch riprap. Barely pumps any in. Let's shoot another one just in case. Okay, here we go. I had some, guys. This might just be. This might end up being an easy way to do monkey milk. It's just, yeah. I mean, it colors the plastic, and gives it a little bit of a grayish tint, but not much. But then that blue highlight is what ends up popping, and I'm kind of blown away by that because it doesn't look anything like that in the jar. So we'll let these cool down, and we'll be right back. I think we're gonna. I think the natural next step is to add black flake to it, and just see if it does replicate monkey milk. It's kind of unusual. I know Adam has done a video, or he has in the past. I think he featured Blue Moon as a powder for monkey milk, which I happen to have. But look at the difference. You can see the blue highlight in both, but this one's almost just like a pearl powder blue highlight, but then this one has got that gray tint to it. So that's interesting. All right, like I said, we'll be right back, and we'll reveal these, and then we'll take this a step further and see what we can do with it. All right, guys, we're back. We're going to crack open this mold and see what it looks like. And this is just the powder. Put that back up there so I don't get them confused. This is just the powder, Luna. And that to me looks like a monkey milk base. It's got just a little hint of gray, and maybe we should go a little further, but it looks fairly saturated to me. Looks fairly saturated, but keeps a little bit of, I'm showing you the tail there. Yeah, that's interesting. Just a hint of that gray. So, but I think it's going to be a good monkey milk base. So let's do that. Let's shoot. Let's warm this back up, or not the mold, but the powder, or the plastisol. Sorry, my mind's all over the place. And then let's add some black flake and see if that gives us a monkey milk. All right, we'll be back. All right, yeah, we're good now. So I know we talked about doing a monkey milk. Sorry, but let's put a little spin on it. Instead of just putting hex or square, let's put some of this whisker glitter or string glitter I've got this from Lure Works. I also have some from Barlow's, but I want to try this out. I think this might be a little bit smaller. Here's one way to find out. I may be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. The Barlow's might be a little smaller, but we got this here. We'll go ahead and go with it. All right, so let's do a dash, which is an 1/8, and mix that in and see what that gives us, and if we need to go from there. Okay. We want to give it some depth, but we don't want it to necessarily take over. I like that. You know what? Let me go ahead and add a little bit of black flake, and I'm going to add the hex flake, smaller, just so that it kind of fills in the gaps. So we're going to add an 1/8 dash of this dead on flake in the 0.025. Yeah, that's it right there. I'm telling you guys, that's monkey milk vibes right there. That is monkey milk vibes. All right, so let's shoot that here. And let me go ahead and get my glove on. And let's shoot this mold here. Do a comparison. And you know what we're probably going to have to do? We're probably going to have to do a comparison with the other, the Blue Moon, and see what that does. All right, here we go. Man, just there's hardly any plastisol. I mean, the plunger just barely comes down. It's crazy. All right, so we're going to, I tell you what I think we'll do, guys. Let's let this cool off, and we'll leave it in the mold, and then I'll come back and we will compare to the Blue Moon, and we'll add the same amount. We'll add 1/16 of Blue Moon into a half cup of plastisol. We'll add the same amount of string and the same amount of hex flake, and we'll do a comparison on these two, so you can kind of see. And it may be that it's very similar, just maybe a shade different, but I think it'll be a nice comparison, because I really didn't expect the highlight to pop the way it did. And so, all right, we'll be right back. All right. So here we go. This time we're going to be using Blue Moon from Mad Micas. And the interesting thing is both of them have Moon, or Luna and Moon, related names. So, and this is a white base with blue highlight, and the Luna is like a gray base. So we're going to do two of these. Had a little bit much on that one, so I'm going to get a little bit less on that and try to even it out. So it's going to end up being a 1/16 of a teaspoon. And Let's see. Man, that just popped alive, didn't it? Just popped alive. Can definitely see that this is a white base with a blue highlight. It's interesting. I don't know if it's because I stirred in 1 32nd at a time and the other, but this is a little bit, seems to be a little bit, took a little bit longer. So that's probably why it was. I'm going to have to heat this back up. It's starting to thicken on me. And we're going to shoot a bait with just this, no black, and then or no flake, and then we're going to come back, add the flake, and shoot again. That way we'll have a comparison, all of these together. We'll have a comparison of one that's, like I said, no flake, and one that has the flake in it. Let's see, that might not have been long enough. Yeah, let's go in 30 seconds. I forgot I had a little time left on the microwave. When I hit start, it adds starts 30 seconds, but if you got time left on it, it doesn't. So, but yeah, guys, while we're waiting for this to come up, if you haven't checked out Mad Micas, go over there and if nothing else, go over there and check out where their Spark feature. They do every Tuesday, and the reason I got featured on it is because I just like their products, and I tagged them in a couple Instagram posts, and I reached out with a question about some of their products. I think it was their glitter products, and reached out to them, you know, about if they were heat sensitive. But in that, I told them that I was doing some testing for, you know, making baits, and they answered my question, and they sent me some samples to test. You know, little small packs like that right there. Now these are colorants, but they sent a free sample pretty much every pack, that every box I've got, which is nice. But back to what I was telling you, they don't sponsor me or anything like that. I just tagged them in some of my social media stuff, and they enjoyed the videos and watching me work with the product, and asked if I would be interested in being featured in that Tuesday Spark. And so I told them I'd be honored to, and so I sent some pictures of baits in that I'd done using their products, and so you'll see some of those on there. But anyway, I just thought it was a neat thing, very kind of them to reach out to me like that and feature my products. But you know, when you're working with good stuff, you don't mind telling people about it. It's just like the 8-bit products. You know, they're great stuff. I hope to start using them a little bit more in some of my videos. But we'll let this cool down, and I got a lot going on right here, so I'm trying to think what I want to do next. So what we'll do, we're going to let this, as this one cools, we're going to pop this back in the microwave, and we're going to come back and add the same amount of flake that we did to the other and give it a comparison. But I'll give you a little teaser. I think you can already see there's a difference in the color there. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, we are back, and I don't think it matters which order I add this, as long as I add the same amount. Here we go with our Dead On Flake, and it's the Night 025, just like before. And this is the black 4201 0.125 inch by 0.015 string glitter. Can't call it flake because it's not a flake. We'll put that in there. Got to call it glitter this time. And then just a few more strands. But I have enjoyed working with this stuff from Lureworks and from Barlow's. Both of it is pretty nice. So what's going to be interesting is how does this change it, because it's going to darken it up. And this seems to be more like a true monkey milk, you know, like a white highlight or a white powder with the blue highlight. And so I think you can maybe see that in the cup, but you're getting ready to see it in the bait. All right, got one more hole to go. Let's get our glove. Show some love. Wear your glove. Get our injector down here. We're going to use this side. Draw. I talk to myself. My wife talks to herself too, but it's usually when she wants to have an intelligent conversation. All right, here we go. Let's shoot this last one. Boom. Holding pressure a little bit. Topping it off. And there we go. All right, we got nothing left to do but let it cool off, and then we'll come back with some comparisons and see the differences. I think they're going to be subtle, but they're going to be there. All right, we will be right back. All right, guys. So Luna from Mad Micas, Blue Moon from Mad Micas. We already know because Adam has featured from SDG has featured this as a easy way to make monkey milk. And you know, can you have too many different ways to make monkey milk? I mean, you know, regular plastisol with some Blue Moon and some flake, or you know, you got let's see, what else do we have? Another option is this Lureworks monkey milk already pre-mixed. Another way that I do it, sorry for my big head, is I have this blue pearl. This is from Do It. It makes a good, you know, it's just a blue pearl highlight powder. It makes good monkey milk. Let's see here. I think even, let's see, I think in our Pearl X, there's a blue interference, and I can't seem to find it right now, but it makes a good monkey milk. There's a ton of different ways to make monkey milk, and I'll be honest with you, I like having them all. So anyway, let's look at this variation. So here we have an example of the Luna with just the powder, no flake whatsoever. And you can see in the cups here that there's, let's see, let me get these up and where you can look at them. You can see that the Luna is just, how to explain it? It looks like dirty water, like you made monkey milk with dirty water. So, I mean, it's pretty neat, but it's just that you could see the difference between, you know, it has that gray base and this has the white base, and so I like it. Let's get down to business. So this is what you want to see. Is you want to see what the baits look like, because that's what it's all about, ain't it? All right. And the thing about these individual injection molds is, especially swim baits, they like to hang in there. All right. Now you're seeing this same time I am. So what we have is these two are made with the Luna, monkey milk with the Luna. This is made with just the Blue Moon. Okay, get my light right there. Just the Blue Moon. And then this one is monkey milk with the Blue Moon. And so you could just see these are just kind of, to me, they just kind of look dirty, is the way I would put it. And that's fine. That's, to me, that's something that is a good characteristic of it, because, how often do you find like a pure white kind of look? And so having that dirty look there. Now let's lay this right here, and you can kind of get a comparison there. A little bit of that. Hopefully you can anyway. How much whiter this looks than this. But the blue highlight effect, to me, looks like it's just as powerful in the Luna as it is in the Blue Moon. So anyhow, very interesting. Let's pull these two out and compare them. Here's our Luna. Here's our Blue Moon. Get these up to the camera. And very similar, but this one just has a little bit more of a dirty look to it. I'm trying to think, like if you've ever had a washing machine that messed up and the water was left in the washing machine, it had that gray tint to it. That's what that reminds me of, that color, versus this, that it's, just more clear. But there you go, guys. It may be that you're like, hey, this is too close to matter, and so you might choose one over the other. And you might say, well, I like the cleaner look, I'm going to go with the Blue Moon. You might say, I like that dirtier look, I'm going to go with the Luna. But whatever you pick, I don't think you're going to go wrong on it. Let's see here. Let's look at these without anything. That might be a better tell of the difference in the color, and maybe not. The lighting might not help any. I got better lighting further away. So anyhow, there you go, guys. Let me try one thing. I do have a light on this. There we go. Let's turn this on. Maybe that'll make a difference. Okay. Yeah, that'll give us a little bit more light. And I think I can boost it up a little bit. There we go. So let's see if that makes a difference. Both of them got black specks on them. So anyway, all right, guys. I ain't going to dangle this in front of you too long, but I just want you to get an idea. Let's see here. Hold them up by the tails. That might help. Hopefully you can tell the difference. This is the Luna over here, and this is the Blue Moon over there. All right. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I'm not sponsored by Mad Micas. I just really like their products. And it's just, to me, it gives me variety. I know you can mix and do things to change things up, but, there's times that you just want to get straight to the point and have the color already there. And I feel like these fill in a place in my color palette that I may not know how to make. Just like this right here, this Supernova. I mean, that's just a beautiful copper color, new penny color, just different things like that. Here's another one that's interesting. It's Magic Beans. And this reminds me of mink in that Pearl X powder. It's got that brown to green highlight. You can see it in there. You can see it's a brown, but then it has that green highlight. And there's a lot of beautiful colors in this lineup that I look forward to using in the future. So, all right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in and watching another Preachers Creatures video. And like usual, don't forget, you'll love the features of Preachers Creatures. Hey guys, welcome back to Preachers Creatures. And I just need to start over. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back to another Preachers Creatures video. I appreciate you tuning in. And I just want to talk about a couple things. Not the junk on my shirt, but anyway.